We should be live. Should be live right now. Let me know if you can hear me and see me. Oh, this setup is going to make it harder for me to read everybody's in the live chat. Sorry. Sorry. I will probably miss some things in the live chat because it's farther away from me now. Like if I sit back here, it gets all blurry. And it's too far away from my glasses to make any difference. I'd still have to hunch over here, so I'm sorry if I missed some of the live chat, but I hope everybody has fun and has a nice time. Anyway, hello everybody. Who's here? Let's see. Mike and Lazarus and Glenn and Muskie and Eric and Zathras and G.I. Joe Espanol. And Ryan, and MCDC ACDC. I can't say that right, but hello. Hello, Hugh. I think I said Glenn already, but if not, hello, Glenn. Hello, Peter Ang. Mike Layton, Small Town Machine Shop, Big Town Machine Shop, Bushcraft, and hey, Jenna, nice to see you here. Trek Yards. Hey, it's Trek Yards. Hey, I wore your t-shirt for the last live stream. How do you do? Greetings, Canada, from the United States. Hello there, Cobra Island and Matt. So yeah, awesome. The gang's all here. Thank you for joining. And we're gonna have fun tonight. Okay. It's going to be a humdinger, all right? I don't know. In fact, I'm not sure if you can handle this level of fun. So I might have to tone it down a little bit. Hello, Jeff Ball. Happy New Year. And Jose Hernandez. New subscriber from Imperial, California. Hello, Imperial, California, from the United States. Hey, WWJD85. I love this shirt. Thank you, Trek Yards. I love it. That'd probably go into my regular rotation of t-shirts. I really dig it. It's a really good looking shirt. All right, let me tell yous what I got planned for this evening, okay? Because we got 2 hours. I am going to cut it off just a little bit after midnight. We will celebrate the new year, at least in my location, together. And then I'll wrap it up because I'll probably be really tired, let's be honest. I don't stay up that late very much anymore. I'm an old man now. Greetings, Uranus, from the United States. Actually, I got an idea, but just to make sure that we don't miss it. Alexa, set an alarm for midnight.
Alarm set for midnight tomorrow.
All right. So when the alarm goes off, we know that 2020 is gone, at least in where I am. Some of you guys on the West Coast, you'll still have to wait. But at least where I live, 2020 is done. Yes. So, but until then, let me tell you what I got planned. I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open the Regal Cobra Commander from the G.I. Joe Classified 6-inch series. I have the regular Cobra Commander up there, so I can grab that Cobra Commander off the shelf, and we can do a quick comparison between this and the other one. And then after that, I thought it might be a good idea to do story time with a Find Your Fate book. And that screen on my TV is causing a lot of glare. There we go. Find Your Fate book. And then, hang on. Then we will do, to finish out the evening, we will do a watch-along of G.I. Joe Resolute. So if you would like to watch along, just grab your DVD of Resolute and put it in your DVD player, and we'll watch it together. So there you go. So that's what I got going. I figure that can fill up 2 hours, right? Yeah, probably, maybe. I also have my Sam Adams. I've only got 2 bottles left, so I've got to make that last for 2 hours. I better drink slowly. And look, I'm already missing the live chat. Sorry about that, guys. Who do we got here? Mike and Jose, they were already here. But we got Gory and Brent and Matt Edwards and They Gone and James Gill and Tom Marsh and Brady and Hogtal Jiang. I probably mispronounced that. Sorry. Greetings and welcome, everyone. So, it's going to be a great time. It's going to be a blast. Try to contain yourselves. You know, don't get all partied out before the night is over. So, yes. Oh, Nomad says, Happy New Year from Argentina. Happy New Year from the United States. That's awesome. Hello, Snake Eyes Declassified. Welcome. You just joined with a whole bunch of exclamation points. Welcome. Glad you're here. So for those who did just join, let me recap the agenda for the evening. First, I will open the Regal Cobra Commander G.I. Joe Classified series, which I have here and I have not opened yet. And after that, we will do story time. Hello, Steven Stiles and Leah. Hey, it's Leah. Haven't talked to Leah for a while. Nice to see you there. Not long time no see. And it's Comic Tropes. How about that? Hello, Comic Tropes. I'm just having, your traditional Sam Adams Boston Lager. So after we open the Regal Cobra Commander, we will do story time with a Find Your Fate book, and then we will watch together G.I. Joe Resolute, and then we will ring in the new year together, and then I will stop the live stream and go to bed. How does that sound? That sound good? That sound good? All right. So, JLS Comics. How do you do, JLS Comics? Nice to see you here. And Robert... And thank you, Robert. Thank you very much. Yeah, so the story time we did in the last live stream, we got pretty far, but in the end, we died. We died in the desert. So I'm hoping we can do a little bit better. Oh, Leah's Twitter got permanently suspended. Well, I'm sorry you lost your Twitter, but I'm glad you're here. Okay, cool. And Glenn is from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Greetings, Toronto, Ontario, Canada, from the United States. Are fireworks involved at any point this evening? Outside, not inside. Oh, I don't have any fireworks, but I've been hearing fireworks outside. Again, not inside. That's a very good point. Not inside, outside. So other people have been setting them off, but I don't have any. The only fireworks that come this evening are going to be caused by this right here. Which I have to sip slowly because I only have 2 of them. Now, I could have gotten more, but it's really cold outside, and I didn't feel like going out to get anything, so I didn't. So this is what we got. So let's enjoy it. Let's enjoy it. Let's see. Let's hold on. Who we got? I may throughout the evening hear from friends and family because, it's New Year's Eve, and so friends and family do tend to reach out and say like Happy New Year. So I may get the occasional message on my phone, but yes, JLS has an excellent comic book channel, Comic Tropes as well. It's Comic Tropes says is someone else there. No, it's just me. It's just me. Well, me and the dog. The dog's over there. So yes, if you were hoping to that there would be like a party or something, and hoping for like MST3K like banter, unfortunately, is just me. So I will just do the best we can. MCDJ ACDC, I did in fact check to see if anybody would deliver, and nobody around here, at least right now, is doing delivery. Believe me, I checked. But no, actually getting replacements, getting reinforcements would require me to get in my car and drive and get out of my car and walk in someplace. And it's really cold. It's really quite cold outside, so I'm sticking with this here. We work with what we got. We just do the best with what we can. Leo wants to be Tom Servo. That's fine. I'll be Crow. Yes, it's for Cobra Island at least. It's 50 minutes until 2021. For me, it's a little bit longer than that, but we'll try. I'll try to keep an eye on the clock. So when it hits midnight Eastern time, I'll try to say Happy New Year to everyone in the Eastern U.S. time zone as it becomes New Year's for you. So, yes, get out of my dreams and into my beer. That's a clever take on that song. What are we talking about now? You can call me Al. Okay, we've gone into a musical tangent, but that's perfectly fine. Don't forget to say Jumanji. Yeah. So, let's see. When are we gonna get started? Is it time to open this? The other one is up there on the shelf. Let me go get the other Cobra Commander. I'll be right back. Get the other Cobra Commander. I'm going to set it right here on this thing right here so I can have it handy, and we can compare and contrast with the Regal version, which by all accounts is the same figure just with some different colors. I'll be right back. Time out. 1 second. Okay. There is my classified Cobra Commander. I have him in this pose where he's got the sword over his head, and he's got his hands kind of in the world is mine pose. So I'm just gonna set him over here, and when we open this guy, we will we'll just show them side by side and see which one we like. See which one we like better. Cobra Island says it's 48 minutes until 2021 in Virginia. Hello, Virginia, from the United States. Yeah. So there are these things called time zones, and I'm against them. I don't like them. This whole idea of time zones, I just think should be abolished. So I'm all for abolishing time zones. Why does it have to be a different time, at different parts of the planet? It just be the same time. It should just be one time. And yes, I know the planet is round. I know it's a globe. I'm not a flat earther. But I'm just saying, okay, so maybe 12 o'clock here is in the middle of the day, and, over that way, 12 o'clock is, towards the end of the day. Well, that's fine. You just have, the sun is in a different place, depending on, what time of the day is, but just make it all one time zone. I'm opposed to time zones, is what I'm saying. All right, Comic Tropes has revealed himself as a flat earther. It is kind of funny. I had a conversation about the flat earthers today at work. Anyway, all right, so, sorry, tangent there. But anyway, that will be my undying mission for 2021 is to abolish all time zones. I'm sure you join me in this quest. Anyway, so let's hold on. I'm going to, where's the tape? Going to cut the tape on this guy. And we are about, hello T-Zone 1205, how do you do? Hello Cobra Lang, Happy New Year. It's 11 there, which means that you are, that's not east. You're east of me. So we'll try to remember to observe the New Year for the Eastern Time Zone, folks. Anyway, Flat Earth Society has members all over the globe. That's true. That's actually true. So let's just dive right in. And let's open Regal Cobra Commander here. Trying to not get so much glare. There we go. And see how it compares with the standard Cobra Commander. I'm sliding this out of the box. Alright. I'm going to have to pop this out of the packaging, the blister. Is any of this taped in? Do I need to cut any tape? No, nothing's taped in. Alright. It just pops right out. Pops right out. Happy New Year, Australia. Alright, so we have him out. There is Regal Cobra Commander with all of his gold. And there's his here, the world is mine! The world is mine! So let's just do a quick side-by-side of the two figures since I have them out here. Let me put his arm down. So, here are the two side-by-side. This is the standard release. This is the recolored Regal version. And there we go. That's the back. That's the front. So, I don't know. How do you feel about it? Which do you prefer? I can see good things about each, and I don't know. I think I'm, at first glance, I think I like the standard release a bit better. I think I just like the colors better. But I will say the recolored version has a lighter blue that is more reminiscent of the vintage version 1 figure, whereas this is darker. But I think I like the darker. I think I like the darker one. Now, with the recolor, his boots look more like cowboy boots. I never really noticed that with the standard issue. But yeah, the with the gold paint, those pointed toes really stand out. Yeah, he looks like he's wearing cowboy boots there. Anyway, so there's that. Let me get the accessories out. Let's get the accessories out. Songcrafter, how do you do? Welcome. And Happy New Year, New Hampshire. Again, I am going to try to pay attention to 11. In fact, hold on a second. Alexa, set alarm for 11 o'clock this evening.
Second alarm set for 11.
Okay. So, Alexa will remind us when it is New Year's Eve on the East Coast, so we won't miss it. Alright, let's pop this out. Sorry, I'm getting the accessories out of the thing right here. Talk amongst yourselves. There we go. Alright. So he includes this sword, and it has like red on it. Is it supposed to be a bloody sword? I'm not really sure. I think it's supposed to be a bloody sword, but it is in gold, whereas the original release had this. At least the blade was silver. The Cobra head handle is still gold. Now I do like the Cobra head handle. That's pretty cool. But we have a gold sword with a red blade. So yeah, there you go. That's one accessory. The other accessory is this gold, sort of steampunk looking pistol. It's very, I'm going to get it close. It's very intricate, but the first time I saw it, I thought it looked like a fish. I was like, why does Cobra Commander have a fish? Why is he trying to shoot a fish at us? Yeah, yes. 2020 is now 21, so now it can drink. That's a good point, yes. Snakeskin boots, yeah. So those are the main accessories. The other, oh crap! Oh, there it is. Almost lost it. The other accessories are alternate hands. Oh. Hang on, folks. So you can replace these. I think these are both. Let's see. Now there's a right and a left hand, so you should be able to pull off, say, the right hand here, like so. Pull off the right hand and replace it with this one. There we go. All right, see? And now he can be like, my finger points. My finger points. There you go. Look here. He's making his point. You see, he's making his point. So that is, well, let's pull off the other alternative is for the for the left hand is a fist. So let's pull off the claw hand. Ah, it's the claw. Let's pull off the claw hand and put on the fist hand carefully, because I'm trying not to break it. There we go. So now he's ready to fight. Now he's ready to box. He's ready to take on Apollo Creed or Ivan Drago. Just got his fist hand. So that's it. So now, opinions, if you please. Original or repaint? Which do we prefer? I'm sticking with the original. I think I still like that one. But there are some aspects of the repaint that I like as well. I like the lighter blue. And the gold is fine. Maybe a bit too much, especially on the boots. But I do like that the blue is reminiscent of the vintage version 1 figure. So, yeah, there you go. So that was that. Once again, one more time. Side by side. All right. So that, let me put this back in the package so I don't lose this stuff. It's got some really tiny parts. These hands, these alternate hands are quite small and are ready to be lost. So let me carefully put these back. How we doing? Songcrafter says, like them both, trying to pick your favorite child. Well, that's fair. That's fair. Let's see. Let's put this back. Give me one moment. I gotta put everything back, or else it'll get lost. Steve says the dark version. Yeah, I think most folks are sticking with the original. And I don't dislike this version. It's fine. But you know, one thing that the original has that this doesn't have, it has the red stripes down his legs, just like the vintage figure. At least the vintage figure had the stripe down one leg. But that I like that. That's a callback to the vintage original. Okay, put those back. Let's see here. All right, this is fun, isn't it? This is what you all tuned in for, right? Is to watch a guy put stuff back in a box. Hang on. I'll be done in a minute. It's Billy. There we go. Hello, Photo Viper. Didn't see you come in. Hello and welcome. Come on. There we go. All right. And I'll just put him here. And in theory, this should fit nicely right back in here. And then it'll be time for story time. The timing is actually going to work out about right for story time, and then to do Resolute. Like, at the end of story time should be right about when it turns midnight on the East Coast. So we will say Happy New Year to the East Coasters. Thank you, Songcrafter. Thank you very much. Let's not lose that guy. All right, but now, if you're ready, it is time for story. And this is the one that I picked out this time. It has Duke and Lady J. Just Duke and Lady J. But nice artwork. It's not bad. This is Operation Dragonfire by William Snow. And now, for those who haven't done this before, I have to explain how this works, okay? This is a Find Your Fate book, which means at the end of certain pages, it's going to give us options. We'll have to choose between two options, all right? And I will tell you what the options are, and I'll tell you the page numbers that are, we get to choose from. You vote for which page you want to turn to in the book. And I will look at the votes and completely unscientifically, I will tally the votes. And page 12 might be an option. It might be an option. We'll have to see. I will completely unscientifically tally the votes and guess at which one has the most. And we will go to that page and we will attempt to not die and actually complete the mission. Now, on the last one, last time we did this, we got pretty far, but in fact, we perished. We died in the desert. Well, this is a different story. We got a whole new shot at it. So, is everybody clear on how it works? Everybody understand how we're working here? And I'm drinking beer, so I'm going to belch through a reading of this book. So, I will read until we get to a page with an option on it. And then I will give you a chance to decide which... Sorry, I'm getting a sneak preview here. Which option to choose. Okay, ready? 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 Here we go. All right. Move my beer out of the way so I don't knock it over. All right, page 1. Good place to start, page 1. You are in the monitoring room of the pit, the underground command center of the G.I. Joe team. On the computer screen in front of you is a satellite display of the United States. Suddenly, the warning panel lights up. The geokinetic sensor is flashing red alert. Man, I hate it when the geokinetic sensor starts flashing red alert. Quickly, you hit a few keys and zero in on the hotspot. According to the central computer, a large part of South Dakota has just been blown up. They blew up South Dakota. Like a large part of it. They can't just... Look. Maybe we don't need two Dakotas. But we have two Dakotas. And that doesn't mean you can go and blow up one of them. Okay? That is not acceptable. Immediately, you alert Hawk, your commanding officer and leader of the team. You give him a quick rundown on the situation. Collect all available data, he orders, and meet me in the briefing room in 5 minutes. Back at your station, you start punching away at the computer keyboard. It's plain to everyone in the monitoring room that this is not a simulation or a test. This is the real thing. They really blew up one of the Dakotas. I forget which one already. Back at your station. Okay, sorry, I already read that paragraph. Behind you, the high-speed computer spits out readings from the blast site. As the machine chatters away, you prepare yourself for action. The training for the Joe team was intense, so even though somebody has just turned up the flame in the Dakotas, you know you can stand the heat. You're ready for anything. When the printout is finished, you fold it over your arm and hop in the elevator down to level 4. Turn to page 2. Page 2. When you reach the briefing room, you find a G.I. Joe team already assembled. Hawk introduces each member and details his or her military specialty. To his right is Duke, an airborne infantryman and acting first sergeant. Next is Lady J, covert operations expert with a specialty in intelligence. Rock and Roll is a rock-steady infantryman. Bazooka is a missile specialist, and Barbecue is a firefighter. Leaning against the back wall are Thunder, an artillery specialist, and Roadblock, the heavy machine gunner. You are introduced as Spider, an electronics expert and a skilled martial artist who has trained with Snake Eyes, the hand-to-hand combat instructor of the Joe team. So our code name this time is Spider. That's our code name, Spider. It's a lot better than the last one. This is okay. I don't mind being called. What was the one last time? Dog Ear. We were called Dog Ear, I think. Oh, hello, Sean Beckett. Nice to see you. And Bob's Dungeon, how do you? And Tony Jackson, hi. Hello to everyone that I didn't see come in. Sorry, it's harder for me to read this while I'm reading a book. Sir Reginald Meowington. Hello, Virginia and West Virginia. Yeah. Yes, we do have two Virginias as well. Anyway, we got where were we? Okay, here we go. Sorry, resuming. I'm resuming, but we're called Spider. Okay. This, says Hawk abruptly, is the situation. He activates a satellite film on a wall-sized monitor. The Black Hills of South Dakota come into view. You all watch as the hills are ripped apart and a deep gash is opened in the earth. As you can see, Hawk continues, our country has absorbed an attack by some explosive power, but the source is unknown. We already have advanced intelligence reports, but they offer no explanation for the maximum duty access surface maximum duty access surface at the center of the blast site. What? I'm sorry, I just read that sentence twice and it still doesn't make sense to me. You turn to the guy next to you and ask, what's he talking about? That's what I'm asking. What's he talking about? Page 3. That means there's a road leading into the blast site, Rock and Roll whispers, and no one knows how it got there. There's a road going to the blast site. That is pretty weird. This is the work of the international terrorist group Cobra, Hawk continues. Our mission is simple. We investigate the area around the blast site. We uncover the Cobra plot. Then we take the necessary steps to foil the plot. Are there any questions? The room is silent. All right. Check over your gear. We lift off at 0600 hours. As the team members start to file out of the room, Hawk calls out, Spiders, it has the latest technical printouts. I want everyone to pick up a copy and study the data. Roadblock groans. Hey, Thunder, pick up a copy for me, all right? I've got to go clean my weapon. He's really got to go clean his weapon. Reading technical reports is not very popular with some among the team. They really would rather clean their weapons. Page 10. All right, and at the bottom of page 10, we have choices, okay? We have to make some choices at the bottom of page 10, okay? All right, ready? Everybody ready? Okay. At 0600 sharp, the G.I. Joe team lifts off. A few hours later, the C-130 transport plane touches down at an abandoned airstrip in the hills of South Dakota. You climb into the lead Jeep with Hawk, Barbecue, and Lady J and rumble down a barren dirt road to the edge of the blast site. The other Jeeps follow. You're not going to sell a lot of postcards of this place, says Hawk. You look out over 4 square miles of jagged rock. In the center, a deep split is slashed through the earth's crust. Just visible is a smooth gravel road. It looks like an earthquake, says Lady J, but the rock structure is all wrong. It couldn't have happened naturally. Cobra isn't natural, says Hawk. Cobras are not naturally occurring, apparently. He scans the terrain with his binoculars. I see a route down the western edge where we can gain access to the road, but I want to lead a lead patrol to check things out for the main column. Any volunteers? Roadblock, Barbecue, and Lady J step forward. All right. Ready for your first options, okay? Here we go. If you want to volunteer to join the lead patrol, turn to page 5. If you decide to stay with the main column, turn to page 6. So your options are 5, type 5, and hit enter. If you would like to volunteer to join the lead patrol, or 6 if you want to stay with the main column, 5 or 6. Those are your options. Let's see what you got. Just select 5 or 6, type it in there, and let's see what we got. We got several 5s already. Nearly all 5s. I'll give it a few more seconds and see if... yeah, lots of 5s. That's a lot of 5s. I don't know. I don't think 6 can catch up. I think 5 is going to have it. Okay. A couple more seconds to see if any more come in, but yeah, looks like we're going with 5. Okay, all right. I think 5 has won. 5 has won. So I'm going to turn to page 5. Well, I've got good news. We're not dead by the end of page 5. You decide to join the lead patrol. You jump out of the Jeep after Lady J, the covert operations expert, Roadblock, the machine gunner, and Barbecue, the firefighter. Carefully, the 4 of you pick your way through the rocks to where the earth splits open. There, under an overhanging rock ledge, is the beginning of the prepared gravel road. Crouching at the entrance, Lady J looks around. I don't get it, she says. This area was blasted sky high, but the road is still in good shape. I don't care about its condition, says Roadblock. Why is it here in the first place? I tell you, it looks like a setup and smells like a trap. That's why Hawk sent us ahead, you say. But you're not going to learn anything out here. Right, Roadblock nods. You take the lead. You're the best one here with the ground scope. Ground scope? Lady J and Barbecue will back you up, and I'll be watching your tails. I'll be watching you guys from way over there. You go on ahead. All right, let's go. You creep down the rock ledge. If I see something hairy, you tell the others. I'm going to radio you on the comm channel 47K. Then you head for the dark cavern. Page 20. Page 20. 20. All right. And at the end of page 20, we have another option, okay? And there's an illustration. We have an illustration. There we go. We got some artwork there. You crawl 40 feet down into the cavern and lower yourself off the rock ledge and onto the road. You switch to your infrared goggles for a better view. With them, you can see that this cavern opens up into a huge underground world. To the right, the terrain rises in a series of cliffs. To the left, it falls away from the road. You unstrap the ground scope from your battle pack. When properly used, its reading will help you detect troop movements and mechanized activity. Just as you switch it on, the ground begins to shake. A terrifying roar fills the cabin. Rocks and debris fly through the air. The dust is so thick that your infrared goggles are useless, but the ground scope picks up no sign of life. You switch your radio to comm channel 47K and try to raise Roadblock or Barbecue or Lady J. Nothing but static. Next you try Hawk and the main column. Silence. Should you search for the rest of the lead patrol or try to rejoin the main column or continue deeper into Cobra territory alone? We have a rare 3-way option. We have to choose one of 3 options, okay? Let me read these to you. Let me read them, okay? Option 1. If you decide to search for Roadblock, Lady J, and Barbecue, turn to page 36. Option 2. If you decide to rejoin the main column, turn to page 86. Option 3. If you choose to go into Cobra territory alone, page 13. So 36 if you want to search for Roadblock, Lady J, and Barbecue. 86 if you want to rejoin the main column. Or 13 if you want to go it alone. So let me know. Type your option there. Either 36, search for the other guys. 86, rejoin the main column. 13, go it alone. So we've got some 13s, 36, 36, 36, 13, 86, 36. This is harder to count when it's... All right, I've got a bunch of 36s. And a bunch of 13s. Not too many people going for 86. I did see a couple 86s. Yeah. 36, 69, dude. I think 36 wins, although 13 was very close. So I'm going with 36. All right, let's go with 36. Going with 36. Page 36. Right there. All right, ready? All right. You begin to search for Roadblock, Barbecue, and Lady J. The readings from the ground scope are being fouled up by all the dust that's hanging in the air, so you can't use it to help locate the lead patrol. Luckily, the scope does show the direction you were walking before the blast. If you retrace your steps, maybe you'll find the lead patrol. You give it a try. Suddenly, you hear something in front of you. Was it a rock falling off the cliff? Could it be the rubble shifting and settling? 10 feet away, two large forms appear out of the dust. It's Roadblock and Barbecue. If you were Cobra, you'd be dead meat, Barbecue says. If you were Cobra, you'd be in more pieces than a jigsaw puzzle, you reply with a grin. Where's Lady J? Back here, her voice comes through the dust. I was following Roadblock and Barbecue to make sure they didn't get lost. I never get lost, Roadblock says, but I wish I knew where the enemy is. Come on, says Lady J. A little thing like that never stopped us. She strides ahead into the gloom. Turn to page 29. So, good news. We're not dead yet. We're not dead yet. All right. Page 29. 29. Oh, and we have more options at the end of page 29. This is fun, isn't it? This is some kind of fun, I think. All right, ready? Page... I did put on the right one, right? Hold on, make sure I got to the right page. Oh, yeah, page 29. Okay, here we go. Without any real idea of where you're going, the four of you feel your way deeper into the cavern. Every few minutes, you check the scanning equipment, but it doesn't see any better than you can. Hey, Spider, Roadblock whispers, when was the last time you ate? Why do you want to know, you ask? Are you planning to cook a gourmet meal for us? I just wondered if what I heard was your stomach rumbling. He turns to the others. What about your stomachs? They're quiet, Roadblock, they reply. All right. Well then, that rumbling can only mean one thing. There's an armored column closing in, and I can guarantee that it's Cobra. Now that he's mentioned it, you can just barely hear the distant sound of half-tracked troop carriers. They are still a few minutes away, calculates Lady J. Just enough time to get ready. If we climb a little way up the cliffs, we'll have a direct shot at them when they come into view. Roadblock considers the plan and then says, or we could wait for them in the ravine and when they pass by, jump them. What do you think, Spider? Yeah, because that's definitely the decision that should be left to us. Okay, so here are your options. More options, okay? You ready? Okay. All right. Okay, well, this is not good. Am I still live? Okay, good. All right. Okay, all right. I'm sorry. I thought we lost the connection there. We're good. We're good. Okay, here are your options. If you want to take them from the cliffs, turn to page 55. If you want to jump them from the ravine, turn to page 22. So your options are cliffs, 55, ravine, 22. Cliffs, 55, ravine, 22. Type your answer into your keyboard there and hit enter and tell me if it will be attack from the cliffs, page 55, or jump them from the ravine, page 22. Let's see. 22 is pulling ahead, but 55 is pretty close to even. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? More 22s? Oh, a whole... Okay. All right, somebody voted a whole bunch of times. Let's see. So that's 155, not like 455. See, 22, 55, 55, 55, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to say like, I'm only counting, if I see you voting more than once, I'm only counting one of them. I think 55 got more legitimate votes. So we're going to go with 55. Thank you for your assistance with this crucial decision. So we're going to go with the cliffs. And remember what Obi-Wan Kenobi said about the high ground. I feel this is probably a good choice. Page 55. All right. You lead Lady J, Roadblock, and Barbecue to a position about 20 feet above the road. You drop down into a deep crevice. The others follow you. Safely protected, the four of you wait. The rumble of the Cobra column is getting closer. A few seconds later, the first tank comes into view. It passes right below your position. Then a second one appears. Get ready, whispers Barbecue. The third tank passes by. Get ready for what? Asks Roadblock. Those tanks have us outnumbered, outgunned, and outclassed. The fourth tank passes by. You turn to Roadblock and say, what are we going to do? The fifth tank passes by. It stops. The main gun turret rotates slowly. The tank fires and the cliff explodes around you. Roadblock yells, right now we're not going to do a whole lot. Lady J and Roadblock dive behind an outcropping of rock. You and Barbecue follow. You open fire on the Cobra tanks, but it's no good. You're not only outnumbered, outgunned, and outclassed, you're out of time. The Cobra missile screams through the air, aimed directly at your location. G.I. Joe mission over, but not accomplished. The end. Okay, I'm doing a mulligan, okay? No, I'm going to page 22. I'm not ending... we got too far. I'm not ending it that way. All right, let's just pretend that one didn't happen. We'll just move on. Just move on. Yeah. All right. Let's see what would have happened if we had chosen 22, which some of you clearly wanted to do very badly. Let's see. Page 22. Roadblock and Lady J slide over the edge of the road and down into the ravine. You and Barbecue dive after them, skidding to a stop alongside Roadblock. Keep down, cautions Lady J. We don't have much cover here. If they look over the edge, they'll spot us. Everyone squirms a little flatter against the ground. In the pit of your stomach, you can feel the vibration of the approaching armor. Roadblock lifts his head. Those are heavy-duty His tanks rolling by. It'll be hard to outshoot them, but I'm sure it'd sure be nice to have some wheels. We may have to trick them, Lady J says. I'm going to get closer. When the last vehicle comes into view, you'll hear me raising a fuss. That's the signal for you three to come up top and do something appropriate. Well, at least she's got all the details worked out, Barbecue says. Turn to page 73. See, we're doing fine. What? We're doing fine. We're turning to page 73. I don't remember anything else happening. Page 73. Lady J slips off to the left and disappears into the rough terrain. Half a dozen tanks roll by. There's a minute of quiet, then another tank roars up. Get ready, you whisper. This could be it. Roadblock checks his equipment, patting his armored vest to be sure everything is in place. You take a deep breath. Barbecue flashes you the thumbs up sign. Suddenly, a sharp voice breaks out. Cobra, driver, pull this vehicle over to the side. This is an authorized safety inspection. That's your cue, says Roadblock. Let's do it. Page 82. Page 82. All right. You, Roadblock, and Barbecue charge up the ravine. Lady J has stopped a Cobra personnel carrier with 4 troopers in it. She's got her boot propped up on the front tire and one hand on her hip. The other hand is pointing into the driver's face. You're in a lot of trouble, she barks. Let's see some identification. The driver can't believe this is happening, and that's all the diversion the rest of you need. Coming up from behind, you jump the troopers on the left. Roadblock and Barbecue take the ones on the right. You toss them out onto the road. Before they can recover, Roadblock jumps into the driver's seat. You and Lady J and Barbecue are right behind him. You glance over your shoulder as the APC peels out. The 4 Cobra troopers are sitting in the dust. I don't think they even know what hit them, you tell Roadblock. That's not surprising, says Lady J. When you jump the last vehicle in a column, you usually get away clean and neat. And that's just what we did, says Barbecue. And now that we've got some wheels, we can check out this Cobra business in style. Page 8. Page 8. All right, we're surviving pretty good, and we got 5 minutes until New Year's for the East Coast. Roadblock finds the adjusting lever and tilts his seat back a notch or two. Then he adjusts his rearview mirrors. That's better, he announces proudly. This Cobra coach is no T-Bird, but I think it will do all right. He reaches under his vest, pulls out a tape. He slips it into his portable player. A driving rhythm fills the APC. That's what he had on that tape. He had a driving rhythm. Let's see. What are you doing, you ask? Are you crazy? Every Cobra within 100 miles will hear that. You turn to Barbecue. He's tapping his foot and watching the sights. He's seen this all before. Spider, my friend, Roadblock says to you, when you've been on as many missions as I have, you learn to eat when you can, sleep when you can, and listen to the tunes anytime you can hear them over the artillery. You shake your head in disbelief. It's going to be a lot of fun going into battle with this crew. You keep watch on the surrounding hills as Roadblock fine-tunes the stereo. Suddenly you hear a piercing whistle over your head. Scree-blam! Incoming rockets, shouts Lady J. Roadblock twists the wheel hard to the right. Page 60. All right, well, we got some more options at the end. We got options at the end of page 60, and we have some artwork there. We got some artwork. There we go. Kablam! A second blast rips into the road in front of you. Roadblock cuts sharply to the left. Where are they coming from? Shouts Barbecue. Dirt and rocks shower down around you. They're being launched from behind us, you answer. Boom! Another rocket hits just off the side. The blast nearly throws you out of your seat. We're being chased by the Cobra tanks, yells Lady J. They're doing more than chasing us, Roadblock answers. They're using us for target practice. The road in front of you lifts up into the air as another round strikes home. And I do believe they're getting better, he shouts. You can barely hear him. There's so much noise. Barbecue moves closer and screams, We're no match for their firepower. A few more tries and they'll have us zeroed in. You think fast. You can either stay on the road and outrun them, or cut down into the ravine and try to lose them. You've got to tell Roadblock which way to go. Okay, so here are your options. You can either try to outrun the column, page 12. Everybody who's been talking about page 12, page 12 is actually an option if you want to outrun them, or try to lose them in the ravine, 26. 12 or 26. 12 outrun them. 26 try to lose them. 12 or 26. 12 or 26. Okay, that's a lot of 12s. Are there even any 26s? There are some 26s. All right. Well, the 12s and the 26s have kind of evened out a little bit. So it's a close race. My goodness. I thought 12 was going to win, especially with everybody picking page 12 before we even started reading the book. But we've got a lot of 26s. 26 pulled ahead. Surprise upset. 26 has won. 26 has won. Let's turn to page 26. I just passed it. All right. Well, I got good news. We don't die at the end of page 26. Roadblock, you shout. Cut down into the ravine. It's getting too hot up here. Roadblock swerves around a crater and says, that ravine can't be any worse than this road. Hang on. He launches the APC over the edge. The tracks spin. Oh, there's the alarm. Alexa, stop alarm. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to everyone on the East Coast. Hello and Happy New Year. Thank you for joining us. And I certainly hope that your 2021 is better than this year. I just wanted to pause there for 1 second to say Happy New Year. Happy 2021 to the Eastern Time Zone. How do you do? So, congratulations. So, now that we have that business out of the way, we return to this most riveting story. Let's see. So, Roadblock goes down the ravine, and I don't think I can hold it together much longer, Roadblock says. Just to the left of your seat is an emergency brake system switch. You could reach down and activate it. Maybe it won't. Maybe it would help. Or maybe you should just hang on and hope. If you want to hit the brake, select page 63. If you want to just hang on and hope, turn to page 15. So your options are hit the brake 63, or hang on and hope, page 15. So please decide between 63 and 15. 63 or 15. 63 to hit the brake. 15 to hang on and hope. We're starting out with a bunch of 15s. Lots of 15s. Hang on, guys. 15. That's a lot of 15s. Let's see if 63 can catch up. I don't think 63 can catch up. I'll give it a few more seconds. But I don't think 63 can catch up. Even if everybody else goes with 63, I think yeah. Okay, yeah, it looks like 15 won. 15 won that one pretty easily, so we're going to hang on and hope. And by the way, if we lose at this point, then we're just out of luck. Okay, well, good news. We do not die by the end of page 15. You grip the roll bar. You're not going to let go, no matter how rough it gets. As the APC plows down the ravine, Roadblock does his best to keep it upright. A little to your right, says Barbecue. Roadblock ignores his helpful advice. A shower of sparks shoot up into the air as the APC's right side scrapes along a large rock. Watch it on the left, Lady J shouts. I don't think he's listening, you say to Lady J. I guess he's got his hands full, she answers. Roadblock is staring straight ahead, twisting the wheel like a wild man. After a few more seconds, the ground flattens out, and the APC finally coasts to a stop at the edge of a river. Except for a few rocks sliding down the ravine, everything is quiet. The four of you pause and listen carefully. There's not a sound. You've lost them. Suddenly, a quiet voice from behind you says, "Coming down a hill like that, you people are a dangerous bunch." You whirl around. Where did that come from? Page 34. Page 34. You, Barbecue, and Lady J dive out of the Jeep, hit the ground, and roll behind a boulder and jump to your feet. Your machine pistols are cocked. Roadblock hops off the back of the APC and calls out in an irritated voice, "Don't fool me now. I'm sorry, don't fool with me now. I've had a trying day." A voice not too far away says, "Keep your voices down and don't shoot. We're coming out into the open." Two figures rise up from the ground and slowly walk toward you. "It's Duke and Rock and Roll." Lady J whispers. "Where did you guys come from?" you ask. "I'll explain everything later," says Duke as he reaches you. "But first, we've got to get away from that rattle trap truck. It draws too much attention." Page 7. This is long. Good Lord. We have more options at the end of page 7, and we must be doing good. Duke leads you along the river to a secluded inlet. Hidden from view, you crouch around in a circle. "After that big explosion, we got separated from the rest of the team," Duke says. "We ended up by this river. This waterway is a busy place. Cobra is using it to move a lot of heavy equipment. Barges and high-speed patrol boats pass by every 15 minutes. Rock and Roll points upstream and adds, we were hidden on a point of land where the barges come in close to shore. We overheard the Cobra workers complaining about the 24-hour work details and how they couldn't wait for Dragonfire to be finished so that they could get some R&R. Dragonfire must be what we're after," says Duke. "We know it's something downstream. If we're going to stop it, that's where we'll go." Roadblock stands up and shakes his legs to straighten out the kinks. He looks at the slimy riverbank and says, "I hope you weren't planning to walk there. It would be faster and more pleasant to sneak onto one of the barges or capture a patrol boat. What do you say, Spider?" Duke is the acting first sergeant and is in command of the group, but you know he is willing to listen to suggestions. So, we got some more options. Right, ready? If you want to sneak onto a barge, page 80. If you'd like to try a patrol boat, 16. So are we going to steal a barge, page 80, or are we going to steal a patrol boat, page 16? So choose 16 or 80. 16 or 80. This story's getting really long. I think that means we're doing good because we haven't died yet. 16 or 80? What say you? What say you? 16, 16, 16, 80, 80, 80. 16 and 80. 16 and 80. Pretty close, but I think 16 is edging ahead a little bit. I'll give it a couple more seconds because I know there's lag. This one's a bit closer, but it looks like 16 is still keeping the edge. All right, well, I think we're going with 16. 16 wins. Let's steal a patrol boat. All right. Well, we don't die at the end of page 16. "I know how to get us a patrol boat," you say. Duke nods. He'll go along with your idea. You lead the team back to the Cobra APC. "First, we need somebody who can put on a good act. You, Roadblock, I want you to lie down with your legs sticking out from under the APC and groan." Roadblock's brow wrinkles, but there's a gleam in his eye. Turning to Duke, Barbecue, and Rock and Roll, you say, "Your position is over there at the water. Stay low behind the rocks. Lady J and I will be up there on the bank. When the next patrol boat comes by, it'll dock so Cobra can check out the APC. They'll see Roadblock and think he's a wounded Cobra. When they come ashore, they'll be right in the middle of our trap. Roadblock shakes his head and says, "You've got me lying in the dirt and these two guys sitting over there in the water. Without a doubt, Spider, this isn't one of your better plans. Trust me, you say." Page 64. We're still going. Roadblock is under the truck. Duke, Barbecue, and Rock and Roll are by the water's edge. You and Lady J are up on the bank. Everything is ready. A few minutes later, a patrol boat comes down the river. All goes according to plan. The boat passes by, circles around, then pulls up along the bank. One Cobra stays at the wheel as 3 others climb ashore. As soon as they're out in the open, you let loose a round of fire while Duke and the others rush the boat and get rid of the Cobras. Get rid of the Cobras. That he's killing them. That they're permanently gotten rid of. With Duke at the helm, you pull out onto the current and race down the river. You check out the craft. There are twin 50 caliber machine guns up front, rockets mounted on the sides, and a double rack of depth charges off the stern. Sounds kind of like a Moray hydrofoil, actually. Below deck are a pair of H&R diesels. Top speed 32 knots. It's a nice little boat. You move to the cockpit and turn on the radar. The screen lights up. There's a lot of traffic about a mile downstream, you say. It could be the base port. Page 68. Good grief. This is the longest one we've ever done. This is the longest one. I'm getting tired. Look, I don't stay up late. This is making me tired. Here we go. We're doing it. That's probably where they've been taking all the Dragonfire equipment, says Duke. If we take care of that base port, it's a good bet that Cobra will be out of business. He cuts the engine as the port comes into view. We'll cruise by once just to get the layout, Duke says. As Duke maneuvers closer, you all scan the port. There are 6 concrete docks. Tied alongside are 30 or 40 barges waiting to be unloaded. You borrow Lady J's binoculars and get closer look at the cargo. Everything is marked Thermal Control Station. On shore is a large generating facility. Off to the side, you can see a fuel pump. Turning the patrol boat around, Duke says, "That's our target, all right. Let's put them out of business." Page 31. Oh, Lordy. And we're not done at page 31 either. So, G.I. Joe Resolute is going to be late, is what I'm saying. Duke pulls back on the throttle. The engines howl, and you race toward the docks. You see Cobra workers. Oh, we have some artwork here. We got some artwork. Yeah. There we go. What do you do? Some of the barges are being guarded by armed Cobra trooper. It looks very secret and very sinister. They can't be up to any good, you say, eyeing the guards and remembering the blast you saw. Yeah, growls Rock and Roll. I don't know what Dragonfire is, but we better get rid of it. Right, says Duke. He cuts around the barges. Roadblock and Rock and Roll open up with their 50s. They splinter the wood packing crates and everything inside them. Rat-a-tat-tat. Wheeling around, Duke heads toward the fuel dump. He closes in at full speed, then at the last second pulls into reverse. The twin props churn into the water. He cuts the wheel hard to right, and the boat spins around. You pop off 4 depth charges and pull out just as they blow. For you, Cobra, roars Roadblock. 89. Please let this be the last page. We gotta be winning, right? It is. Okay. With flames shooting up in the air and Cobra attack sirens wailing, you head for your last target, the thermal control station. Lady J gives you the target coordinates. You cruise along until you're well within range. A shore battery opens up. Blam, blam. You take a direct hit that shakes the boat, but Duke manages to hold the course. Finally, he raises his hands and yells, "Fire!" You punch the button and 6 missiles streak to the target. The whole thermal control station trembles and shakes, then erupts in a massive geyser of steam. "Goodbye, Dragonfire," shouts Barbecue. Duke swings the patrol boat out of the harbor. Behind you are the smoking remains of Cobra's Dragonfire. Ahead of you is the way home, the end. We did it. Oh. Ah. Victory. Victory. That was really long. I'm not sure that could have been shorter. We blew them up. Hold on. Where's the... There's the illustration. Yeah, we blew them up. But we never found out exactly what Dragonfire was. And we never found out what the heck happened to the Dakota. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We won. The point is, we won. So now, it's time. It's actually past time to do the Resolute, okay? I promised to do it, and even though it's now later than I intended to start, I'm gonna do it. So if you have the Resolute DVD, go ahead and place that in your DVD player if you'd like to watch along. I'm going to do the same in mine. I'll be right back. And I'm back. Okay. All right. Where are we going? Come on. Okay, so once you have the Resolute DVD in your player, I will let you know when I'm ready to hit play, and you hit play at the same time, and then we'll be watching it at the same time. Won't that be cool? Hang on a second. Right back. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. I forgot the HDMI for the Blu-ray player was not connected. And there we go. All right, just take me to the menu. Yes, I know. Sorry, I'm getting past the advertisements. How's everybody doing? It's about a little less than 45 minutes until New Year's where I am. Alright, come on. I'm just trying to get to the menu. We're going to make it. Look, I normally go to bed fairly early because I have to get up early for work. So this is Trekyard says Happy New Year from my time zone. Happy New Year, Trekyards, and thank you for being here. It was really cool to see you. So yeah, all right. James Corman, Happy New Year to you as well. I guess I won't need these. But I am now on the menu, the main menu for Resolute. So if you are there as well, I'll give you a couple minutes and then we'll hit play. And we'll watch G.I. Joe Resolute together. Happy New Year to everyone who's already experienced midnight, everyone in the Eastern time zone. Okay, Zathra. It could happen. No, but I'm sticking it out. I'm sticking it out. I can do this. I can do this. Okay. All right. If you are on the menu screen for G.I. Joe Resolute, hit play in 3, 2, 1, now. And there it goes. All right. It's been a while since I've seen this. All right, it's the intro. Yeah, pretty good looking Cobra Commander. Good animation. All right. Sergeant Slaughter's Slaughterhouse says it's 3 p.m. here. So well into the new year. Yes, you're much farther along. Oh, that's right. Yeah. This one could be a little rough on Bazooka fans. Yeah. Oh yeah, I hope you're not a Major Blood fan either, because yeah, he did. We've got a slightly redesigned USS Flag. And we start with a bang. So we start off like right off the bat with Major Blood being dead and the USS Flag under attack. And we've got these these things here. And there's Cobra Island. In this iteration, Cobra Island is shaped like a literal cobra. Launch silos. It's been a while since I've seen this. How's everybody doing? Bazooka never had any fans. I think he might have had a fan or two, but apparently not enough to keep him alive in this little mini-series. So Cobra has launched satellites. I think Cobra likes launching satellites or capturing satellites. So basically anything to do with satellites, Cobra likes it. Yeah, I like Steve Styles. I like Major Blood too. I think it's just a really unique looking figure and an interesting character. I'm a Major Blood fan. Hello, David. I don't think I saw you come in. Hello. Roberto Carvajal, how do you do? Happy New Year to you as well. In Nuevo Laredo, Mexico. Happy New Year to you, Roberto. He was liked just enough to be a hit when he dies. Yeah, that's one way to put it, yeah. Firefly, yeah. It's... Man, I should watch this more often. The animation is really excellent. And if you don't have it and can't watch along, sorry. Oh, good night, Eric. Thanks for joining. James, you didn't happen to see my GoFundMe page on Facebook, did you? I don't think I did, James. I'll try to look for it later. Sorry if I missed it. Thank you, AZ Cafe Motto. Thank you very much. Yeah, I haven't watched it in quite a while either, Trek Yards. I should watch it more often. It's pretty good. There are a couple choices in here that I'm not a big fan of, but those minor issues aside, it's really a nice story. The animation is just lovely. This is what you want to see. You know, this is the kind of animation you'd like to see with G.I. Joe. Thank you, Dagon. Thank you very much. And Zathras is going to watch Iron Eagle. Excellent choice. Enjoy. All right, David Fitchner. But if you have a chance to watch Resolute, it's worth checking out. It's really not bad at all. A little computer-aided animation there. And we get Doc. And, yep, there's Bazooka on the exam table. With a scroll in his mouth. And on the scroll is that. Storm Shadow. I do like that Duke doesn't have like the aw shucks Boy Scout kind of persona that he sometimes had in the classic animated series. They made him a little bit more gruff, which is I think appropriate for his role. Yeah, the animation. I'm sorry. I should be commenting on what I'm seeing, but I'm just enjoying watching the animation. It's really nicely done. Some Cobra troopers. The Cobra troopers look like kind of like the classified series troopers. A little. Why no sequel to this? I'm not sure. I think it would be nice if somebody picked it up and did another chapter with it. That would be cool. Yeah, David, that's kind of how a lot of people see it, I think, is like it's G.I. Joe for grown-ups. I mean, the battles have consequences, right? You know, you have death, you have consequences. And that is, I think, something that was sometimes missing from some, but not all, iterations of G.I. Joe, is that, like, if you have war, but nobody ever gets hurt, then it's violence without consequence. And that Cobra Trooper sure just had a consequence right there. Let's see. Peter Ang, this version of Cobra Commander used to voice Lowlight from the original series. That's cool. I did not know that. That's awesome. Animation a little choppy there, but still not too bad.
Satellite communications are down worldwide. We now have enough intel to know that Cobra has done something unimaginable. This is UAV footage from over Moscow. We're looking at a fatality count of around 10 million.
They killed 10 million people around Moscow. One thing I like about, you look across this crowd of Joes, and even though you've got people wearing, different uniforms and just some of them have different looks, you know who everybody is. Like, without even asking or having to be told, you can tell who everybody is. Sean says, I hope Scarlet gets a lot of focus in future media. Me too. We haven't had, we haven't had a live action Scarlet since Rise of Cobra. And that was maybe not the best portrayal. Oh, that's cool, Matt. Thank you. Thank you for the information. Got some fairly realistic looking vehicles. Although for all of that stuff to fit inside the flag, it's got to be huge. Look, see, that's Flint. You can tell that's Flint. And that's Gung Ho. You don't have to ask who it is. You can just tell that it's Gung Ho. Comic Trope says there's a post-credit scene for this. If there is, I don't remember that there is. I haven't watched this in years. We're getting very sciencey. Lots of techno battle. Techno babble. Tony Jackson says Retaliation had some good ideas. Definitely better than Rise of Cobra, but not the Joe movie I wanted. I agree with that, Tony. I definitely think that Retaliation was better than Rise of Cobra. Still some things I would have done differently, though. That's why I have my fingers crossed for the Snake Eyes movie when we eventually get it. Someday, perhaps. Star Trek loves the technobabble. That's true. But we love Star Trek, so that's fine. I'm getting some glare from that. Sorry, I know I should be commenting, but I'm just enjoying the show. Sorry about that.
Style tone on the USS flag. I'm looking at the latest data you sent over, and there's a string of anomalies mid-stratosphere.
Oh, hey, it's What's on Joe Mind. How do you do? Yeah, I'm totally blitzed, man. This is all I've had. I've had one beer. So, if I'm drunk already, then I'm an incredible lightweight. And looks like we got about 25 minutes till midnight my time. But we're gonna stick it out and watch the rest of Resolute, and then I will shut everything off, and I will say goodnight. Thank you, Gory. Happy New Year to you. And Anand 13S, Happy New Year to you as well. Yeah, that is true, Thagon. It is better to be a lightweight. Yeah, well, yes. If you're watching along to Resolute, again, for those who just got here, we're doing a watch along of G.I. Joe Resolute. It is a bit mesmerizing. Oh, yes. Happy New Year, What's on Joe Mind. Congratulations on 2021 finally arriving. Cheers. I do have another beer. I think it's time to crack open. You guys watch the show. You watch the show. I'm going to go crack. Is that airborne? That's cool. I'm going to go get my last beer, and I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. And I'm back. Here we go. This'll keep us going. All right. All right. Let's see. What do we got here? Codename Cheap Date. Yes. Thank you, Tony. That'll be the next codename in a Find Your Fate book. Codename Cheap Date. Sorry, got lost in the show again. Snake Eyes Declassified, hold on, has silent interlude animation. That's cool. Trek Yards, speaking of, at HCC788, what's my code name? What's your code name? Code name Transporter Malfunction. I don't know. I'll have to. If you want a code name, I'll have to think about it. Captain Full. Yeah. if it's Captain Foley, if the answer is Captain Foley, then I misunderstood the question. Uh,
Makes no sense to me. You should still be grappling the implications of this.
who mentioned favorite shipwreck episode was with Snake Eyes and the 5-part Roxanne? You talking about like when Snake Eyes and Shipwreck were in the band and Snake Eyes was wearing drag? I'm sorry, I've kind of missed some of the show here, but I just like the animation. It just feels good. The animation feels well done. There are some occasions where it gets a little choppy, but not too many. Like that's really smooth there. That's really smooth animation with the guys training with the swords. But then earlier they had the guys training with the swords in the background, and it was a little bit choppy. I'll ask you 5 or 6 more times, and that's it. I mean it. What? No. Oh, who can it be? This is an interesting take on the assassination of the Hardmaster. It's unique. It's like it's sort of the same idea as the story in the comic book, but with a twist. Yeah. Snake Eyes may just want to take a break on this one. He's been shot in the face. Thank you, Jonathan Ulrich. Thank you, and thank you for being here. Yeah, even though like I accept things like ninjas in G.I. Joe and science fiction to a degree, I will always be more partial to the more realistic military figures. That's what my preferences are. That's what my preference always has been. Yeah, I'm sorry. Again, I even though like even less interesting parts of the show have good animation, so it's hard to stop watching and like pay attention to the live chat. Sorry, guys. Yeah, and Dave F 34. I'm a fan of the comic book series. I like the Larry Hama approach. So, but as I've gotten older, I have learned to appreciate other forms of GI Joe media as well. But I grew up on the comic book, and so I'll always be partial to the comic book series. Nihilist lost the Arashikage hat for the Larry Hama figure. Hope to find it if I ever move. Oh, so did you get the Larry Hama like Kickstarter figure? Is that what you're talking about? I saw that going around. Do you think Bruce Willis was awake for any of the scenes he filmed in G.I. Joe? I don't know. That's a good question. Was he sober for any of them? Did he have any idea what movie he was in? See, this feels like combat. It doesn't feel like you're shooting lasers and nobody gets hit. Look, those Cobra guys definitely got hit. That was a hell of a grenade. Holy damn. Yeah. Sam Beckert says, I'd love to see issues 26 and 27 animated if they won't do it in the movie. Yeah, that would be cool. The Origin of Snake Eyes, 2 parts. I think, like, I'd like to see the Origin of Snake Eyes parts of it animated. If you remember, there were elements of the ongoing story that kind of ran through those issues, but I'd like to see maybe those parts edited out and like a standalone Origin of Snake Eyes animated. That would be pretty cool.
So here's my cunning plan. Cobra's static stratospheric satellite constellation has anti-missile technology that locks onto engine signatures. So getting up there is somewhat a trick. Luckily, insane stunts are part of the job description. Project Manhigh and
Yeah, Nihilist, I did try to play the game and I couldn't get into it. I know some people who really like the game, and that's great, but I'm not much of a gamer anyway, so I'm not the right person to ask as far as like whether a game is good or not. Tony Jackson says Joe Colton's battle gear, t-shirt, and loose jeans. Look, that was just what Bruce Willis wore to the set that day, and he wasn't changing. Yeah. Cobra need to get some clones happening. A unique use of Tunnel Rat, not what you would expect. The bats! The bats! I always thought that, I mean, I have, I mean, the Cobra Bat, 1986 is an excellent figure. I think it's great. As for robots in G.I. Joe, I never necessarily needed robots in G.I. Joe, but if you had robots, they'd have to, they couldn't be terribly smart. Yeah, there you go. Fred 7 had surgical clones. La Bats. Hi, Mila. You want to come up here? Come on. Come on. There you go. Hey, Scruffy. Hey, hey, cut it out. Yeah, you. And you got Beachhead and Stalker. Now, the Stalker here looks cool, but I just can't imagine Stalker, the character that I know, having dreadlocks. The Stalker is like a career army guy. He's a lifer. And I just can't imagine Stalker having any haircut other than regulation until the day he dies. Hey, where's your toy? Where's your toy? It's over there. It's over there. Are you going to get it? Yeah. Not all 7 steps of his most secret martial arts form.
I hate you because he chose you. That's all. I had him killed by a Cobra sniper.
That animation is really beautiful.
For years is to kill you myself.
I know a lot of G.I. Joe fans prefer having Storm Shadow as an enemy of Snake Eyes and having him as a Cobra character. But I rather enjoyed his transformation into an ally of G.I. Joe. Hey, that's a cool Cobra tattoo. See, I could, well, alright. That's, his Arashikage tattoo is on the inside forearm, whereas traditionally it's on the outside forearm. And he's got a Cobra tattoo on the other side, whereas I have a Cobra tattoo on the shoulder. It's a good fight scene, though. It's a really good fight scene. I have to imagine this was fun. I think the animators enjoyed working on this. Thank you, SK2010. Thank you very much. I think I can understand those who prefer having Storm Shadow as an enemy, but I really enjoyed the stories that brought him kind of back to the good side. And I wouldn't want to give up those stories. I just think those are really good stories. Jason, there was not a Q&A this year. I just didn't have the time or the energy to put together a Q&A, so I am sorry about that. Don't do the thing! Oh, not the thing! Storm Shadow needs an animal, maybe a ferret, a hedgehog, or a goldfish. Those are all good options. I want to see Storm Shadow going into battle holding a goldfish bowl because his companion animal is the goldfish. That's that same shockwave after the Death Star exploded. So is he dead or is he just sleepy? I guess he did. All right, good stuff. Good stuff. We're about 4 minutes away from New Year's my time. Hey, Jason, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Hello, James, a.k.a. Ratface. Nice to see you. Hello, T-Zone. Almost there. Yes, we are. Alright, well, this is definitely reminiscent of the animated series. Like, if all those guys can't hit those two people standing up and shooting at them, then everybody's a really bad shot. Everybody has Stormtrooper aim. Alright, they should be dead. They're dead, right? No, they're not dead. They just do magic flips. Zartan.
Walk away, Zartan. You were only ever a mercenary. You can walk away now and live to get paid another day.
Oh, James, we're watching G.I. Joe Resolute. Hello, Occam's Razor. Welcome. Happy New Year. And I'm trying to provide commentary, but I get mesmerized by the animation. There you go. Duke shut him up. Tis but a flesh wound. All right.
No, that's just clear. Any idiot can read these.
Gory says Zartan is the best among many great G.I. Joe characters. I do like some Zartan. And that is not, of course, Zartan is not a realistic character at all, but at least as he appeared in the comic book, he was really well written. And I ended up really appreciating that character a lot. Now who's the leader of the Dreadnoks? Who? It would be Buzzer. It would be Buzzer. He's the smartest one. That's it. That's it. Alexa, stop alarm. Happy New Year! It is officially 2021 here. We made it. 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 Dog, look. We made it. We made it. We survived. Oh my gosh. So, let's never mention 2020 ever again, shall we? Thank you, Ski 2010. Thank you very much. Yeah, 2020, it's behind us. Jumanji. Fireworks are going off outside of my house. Do you hear the fireworks? It's chaos here. It's madness. But oh, that feels good. It feels good. It feels good to not be in 2020 anymore. Let me see what you got. Yes, I got some messages. Hold on, let me reply to some messages here. If I can remember how to operate my phone. There we go. Yeah, you hear that? Yeah, fireworks going off out there. Yeah, 2020, I mean, there's a lot of... Let's just not mention that year again. It just skipped from 2019, it just skipped to 2021, and 2020 just didn't happen. All right. Sorry, yeah, I had to reply to some New Year's messages from friends on my phone. At least they shoot bullets, right? At least they shoot actual bullets rather than lasers. They still miss, apparently. It's really, the animation is really stinking good, though. Yeah, 2020 is like Joe 94. We don't speak of it. Yeah, this is... Oh, lordy. The Tiger King. Yeah, I did hear that. Oh... So as soon as this show is over, I will shut down the live stream and I will call it a night. This is the satellite scene, and this is I don't think I liked the whole satellite thing quite as much as some of the other parts of Resolute, but it was fine. It wasn't bad. Yeah, I think the fireworks are freaking out the dog. Tony says, "I like how Resolute still has a crazy Cobra plan. Even yes, it is more realistic than a lot of the animated series, but it still does have an animated series like crazy, insane Cobra plan." Yay! Yay! They defeated the satellites. Yeah, here where I live, the local ordinances allow people to set off fireworks within the city limits. So legal fireworks happening right now. Hello, Adam Fairfax. Oh, USPS is holding up some figures, man. That's rough. USPS is actually also holding up. I sent something to Chris from Comic Tropes for Christmas. I sent it before Christmas. It is now New Year's, and it is still not there. As far as I can tell, it's still not even close. Hello, Burgess Meredith. How you doing? We are finishing up watching G.I. Joe Resolute. And as soon as this is over, I will be ready to sign off and go to bed. Because I'm old and I don't stay up late anymore. Fly, you birds, fly! Can you launch like a C5 Galaxy off of an aircraft carrier? I don't think you can. Boom! There goes a very expensive toy. Jason, call a top tier item. Will you say that it's top tier? I'll do what I can, Jason. My tier level had become very unscientific and very kind of not real consistent. So I was having a hard time putting it in the tier system, but I will consider that. That's a fair request, and I will consider doing that in the future. Sorry. You know, I have friends and family. I do. Well, he had that coming. Let's see. What now? What? Okay. What was the question? I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm missing out. Racer X Gundam says Happy New Year's and shout outs from Miami. Shout outs also to you from the United States and Happy New Year. I will consider bringing back the tier system. I got away from it because it just wasn't very consistent. I didn't feel like I was... Oh, thank you, Occam's Razor, for the super chat. Thank you very much. Very much appreciated. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't have a tier list, and if I were to like make a list of the tiers, like top, middle, and bottom tier, I think it wouldn't make sense. Like if you were to set it all out that way, like you'd feel like some things were just not consistently in the right tier. I mean, I had some criteria that I used, but yeah, it's a pretty subjective. It's not pretty subjective. It's entirely subjective. But I that is something I used to do, and I know people have asked about that before. So I will consider that. I will strongly consider bringing that back. In 2021. Best G.I. Joe vehicle to me, Cobra Raven. Still got your old one. That's cool. In fact, my Cobra Night Raven is just right over there. I can see it right here from where I'm sitting. I used to have it on display in my old office, but not in the new office. Those treads aren't moving. Sorry, there's a little bit of a glitch in the animation there. Thank you, Matt. And I'm trying to... the main thing I want to do is I want to get back to doing regular reviews. I got away from it because out of necessity, but I really miss the routine of doing reviews. David says start using a clearly insane tier system. Yeah, that it was getting close to that. Do what you like. That's the idea. Hey Burgess, the movie we're watching, Resolute, and it's been good. Obviously, I've seen it before. I've seen it more than once before, but it's been a long time. It's been a really long time. This feels like it was made by fans. It really does. It feels like it was made by people who really, really cared about G.I. Joe. And they were trying to make the best thing that they could. Oh, thank you, Occam's Razor. I will try to get back to the comic book reviews. That's another thing I miss doing. I want to get back to all of that. I want to do the toy reviews. I want to do the comic book reviews. I want to do all the things that I was doing. And I will. It'll take a while for me to get back up to that production level, but I really miss it. I really do. Thank you, MCDJ ACDC. Where's the alcohol? It's that there's that much left. And now it's all gone. It's the Mandalorian for G.I. Joe. That's an interesting way to put it, yeah. The Hydro Sled was wrongly maligned. I haven't reviewed I think I did like a little mini quick shot of the Hydro Sled.
Final report. On our return to the site, the shielded unit Cobra commander used to hide it was absent.
Absent. And that's it. We made it. We made it. Oh. Well, guys, it's been swell. It's been a good night. It's been a lot of fun. But I'm kind of tired. And I'm going to put 2020 behind me, and I'm gonna try to start 2021 off right. Thank you everyone for showing up, and thank you for sticking around. A lot of you guys stuck around through the whole thing, so really thank you very much for that. Thank you a lot. I hope everybody has a great new year. I'm even before I get back to full production of videos, I'm really going to try to keep up with the live stream. Even if I can't get a video done in a week, I'd still really like to do a live stream. So I'll do my best to keep those going on Tuesdays. I already know what I'm doing for the first video of the year. So watch for that coming hopefully soon. So anyway, thank you Adam Fairfax and Glenn and Iconic Blood. Hey, nice to see you there. And Tony Jackson and G.I. Schmo and Rob Vegas and Occam's Razor and Racer Gundam and Gory and Eric and Matt and Burgess and MCDJ ACDC and T-Zone and Jenna. Thank you all for being here. I am going to say goodnight, and I will see you all hopefully this Tuesday with another live stream. So good night, everyone, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, everyone. Bye-bye.